All right, we are live, starting this Art Life Live Friday. Let's kick this weekend off. I've got a special theme for you today, entrepreneur. Yes, super inspired. I'm inspired. I'm gonna shout out the first person who comments on this, and we're gonna throw your comment on the screen. So as you're tuning in, just let me know. First, Sergio Araujo. Sergio, welcome. You are first, officially. Second, Alexander Jaffrey. Hey brother, back to you. You're on Facebook. Jolie Lozano, close to first. You're second on YouTube. Jolie's watching this on YouTube. Sergio's watching this on YouTube. Alexander, you're watching this on Facebook. Leah Hathaway, you're back. Amanda Bradford, happy Friday to you as well. We'll be right back. We're gonna start this live stream soon. No Abe, you're sexy. Appreciate that, brother. Let's start soon. Shout out to Joan Hawkins, watching from Sacramento. You're watching on Facebook. Welcome. LeBron's Mirror, right up above. Sup, bro? Back to you. Welcome. You're watching this on YouTube. Shout out to my YouTube family, which is growing. The YouTube live stream, which is on right now, has been growing. We just grow little by little. We're starting this stream soon. You know, everything I do, we're in it for the marathon, for the long run. I'm 17 years in this career. So when I start something, I start it with the forethought of many years ahead, and I believe that our YouTube audience will end up being our biggest audience on these live streams. I'm gonna call it now. For right now, it's actually TikTok, believe it or not. So we're gonna start this live stream soon. Let me know where you're tuning in from so I can shout you out, and we wanna throw your comment on the screen. All right, let's start this live stream. Welcome to Art Life Live. My name is David Garibaldi. I've got a 2-painting set for you today. The theme, entrepreneur. Get ready, buckle up. We're about to start out this weekend with Art Life Live. Let's paint. Welcome to Art Life Live. Happy Friday, wherever you are in the world. Maybe it's Saturday where you are. I saw Australia tuning in. Shout out to Tammy Hallowell tuning in from gorgeous central Queensland, Australia. Can we throw her comment on the screen? It's just the one on the bottom right there. Yes. As always, I'm gonna create some paintings for you. I'm gonna share my process, how I create. And then also I'm going to try my best to answer your questions while I'm doing all of that and bringing a painting to life. Hopefully I don't mess it up too much. But before we get into that, I just want to give some shout outs to your city, your state. Right now, I saw Tammy watching from Queensland, Australia. Let's see, who else? Oh, Kelly Jean watching on Facebook from Cameron Park. Welcome to you. Let me head over here. I see Rancho Marietta. That's Nicole Romeo. Welcome to you as well. You're watching on Facebook. I see on Instagram, Brazil, Vancouver, Canada, Sacramento, California, which is my hometown. On TikTok, I see Melbourne, Sydney, Australia. Australia is on fire right now. Like, not actually literally, but you guys are tuning in like big numbers to see a lot of Australia. And also, sending love to, speaking of fire, California's been devastated recently, just this past week of fires. So we want to send all of our love to firefighters and first responders out there. Shout out to Melbourne, Montreal, Canada on YouTube, Brazil, California, Hookset, New Hampshire. I see Eminence Music tuning in on YouTube from Florida. Welcome to you. Quick note, we just launched a new program yesterday. I don't think I've changed the pre-sale price yet. So the pre-sale price is up until I can actually physically change it, but let's go ahead and show that. So I just launched a new program. I know that you've been watching me paint on these live streams, but I want to paint with you, which is why I started Paint with Garibaldi. We're going to start this next Saturday for the very first time, and I hope you can join us for the inaugural live stream Paint with Garibaldi set. You can register at garibaldiarts.com/paint. We also have a supplies list on there. You just need to get your supplies as well. But there's some information about the registration fee and how to make it all work. But we'll share more about that later. In the meantime, last shout outs to Aaron watching in Orangevale. Welcome. I see Caden Tate watching in Montana. Right above. I feel like I should say like Caden Tate. Watching on Montana. Montana is the only state I haven't been to out of all 50. So Caden, when I go to Montana, what city should I visit or where should I visit when I go there? It'll be my 50th state. So I want to make it amazing. I want to make it well. So let's see. Shout out to Jolie Brown in downtown Sac. Amanda Bradford with the love. We're only showing love to love today. So let's see. Danielle Dragon watching from San Francisco. You said we went to CISA Animation School in 2000. I went to this summer animation camp in the summer year of my junior year in high school, and it absolutely changed my life. So Danielle, shout out to you. You were part of this like life-changing experience. All right, it's Friday. I've got 2 paintings for you. We won't waste any more time in this intro. The theme today, entrepreneur, and it'll all make sense as it comes to life. But if you're ready to create, let's say it all together. Let's paint. Welcome back, everybody. All right, you guys see the blank canvas behind me. We're gonna start very soon. Quick shout out to Jolie Lozano watching in the Yay area. Landon Bell, hello to you as well. Let's see. Stephanie watching from Omaha, Nebraska. I've been there a few times, believe it or not. And Ashley Murphy, yes, let's get it. It's Friday. I've got 2 paintings. Today's theme is entrepreneur. Again, if you're watching this on TikTok or Instagram, be sure to go to the link in my bio. You can watch this in a much better quality, in HD, multiple camera angles, and music. Let's get started. Going through these brushes, let me show you this real quick. Trying to pick a brush is like trying to pick a favorite child. It's just impossible sometimes, so. All right. Get this started. Let's paint. Today's theme, entrepreneur. It'll make sense as it comes to life. But for now, before this painting is finished, I just want to know, where are you tuning in from? Where in the world are you? Just comment down below in the chat, whatever platform you're watching this on. Also, if you've never seen a live stream before and you're here joining us and you're new, comment below, just say new. And thank you so much for being with us today. I'm gonna switch it up today with some colors. Instead of just using skin tones, throw on, let's go with this blue. Don't be afraid to change up your color palette as you create. You can also use the other colors in your palette to blocking your subject, whether you're doing an underpainting, whether you are sketching it out. I know I used to sketch out things. When I was younger, I would sketch out everything with blue because I always saw these like really amazing animators using blue pencils. So I thought, oh, well, if I want to be a great artist, I got to use blue pencils. So just feel free to do what works for you. I always encourage that in your process. And you know what? There is the beauty of this art is there's no right answer to this. We can give you tips. I can share about my process. I can share what paint I use, but it may not work for you. Same thing with these subjects that I'm painting today. You know, we could follow their blueprint, but their life is a reflection of so many other different things. You know, their environment, their personal motivation, their upbringing, and so many other experiences. So the point of that is I want you to just try different things when it comes to your creativity. And if it doesn't work, you tried it, move on, and keep creating. Don't forget too that we can also do some chat. So if you have any questions, you can ask down below in the chat. Sometimes I love to create paintings of all sizes, but something about doing these large paintings, I can flow and move so much quicker. It takes longer to do smaller paintings just because I can't move my body around. Even the materials that I use, they are, they can hold more paint. But either way, I'll create regardless. Okay, so someone from they were from TikTok? All right, so they were on TikTok and they started watching the live stream, probably somewhere else. So what inspires me? That's a great question. I'm inspired by a lot of different things, but I would say what really fascinates me mostly is how music moves us. So you'll notice a lot of my subjects are music themes, and it's just because when I grew up, I wasn't just doing art. I was a musician. I grew up playing the trumpet, and so my understanding of music and building this musicality has helped me tremendously as I've become a creator and a performer. So music is just probably one of the biggest things that move me and inspire me. Besides that, I just have a natural curiosity to try to understand how things work. And if I don't know, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find a way. And that's also why these people, these subjects that I'm painting today inspire me so much. They're entrepreneurs in so many different facets and ways, but being an entrepreneur is very much like being a creator, and you find a way to make things happen. All right, so someone just asked, when did I first start painting? And I was about 20 years old when I started painting like this, where I was painting live, and it kind of became my only source of income as well. So there was a lot of craziness going on at that time, but I was able to transition into painting immediately because I had this foundation in art. I've been drawing my whole life. And so having that foundation has helped me transition quickly into becoming a painter and being able to paint faster. That's always my recommendation to all artists is, man, learn how to paint, or I'm sorry, learn how to draw. If you can draw, you can literally do anything. It's like a superpower. All right, so someone asked, have I done a self-portrait? I have done some in the past. I can't remember the last time it was that I did one, but I'm curious why people ask that all the time. People ask me that so often. Although doing a self-portrait is a great way to gauge your skill set, to see if you're able to make someone that looks like, you know, who you're trying to create, because you're the subject. You know how you look. I'm curious if we have any guesses in this so far. All right, no correct guesses. All good. Someone thinks that this is Warren Buffett. Is that true? Steve Jobs, all right. The theme today, entrepreneur, which I can understand. Those are great entrepreneurs of our time, but I would say these entrepreneurs represent so much more than just making money. They contribute so much to our culture and the things that we consume. I'm not gonna lie, these guesses are out there, but it's okay. So Kevin Hart, we heard Leonardo DiCaprio. Interesting. No, Elon Musk. Shout out to the first person to correctly guess this. That'll be awesome. All right, I'm gonna switch up my brushes real quick, ditch those. Let's move on to let's get a little bit of I'm gonna add a little red. I'm gonna use my wall as a palette. It's been a while since I used my wall as a palette, but I'm gonna add some red into the skin tone to bring some life to these lips. All right, we have a correct guess. Who was that? So I can shout them out. Jolie Lozano, the only correct guess today. All right, let's go back. Okay, cool. All right, I'm so proud of you guys. So glad we got those correct guesses in. Again, this person has been just very inspiring to me in my creative journey. Someone who just represents this phrase I talk about with my friend Taro quite often, but it's called Kaizen. It's someone who is in constant motion forward, constantly growing, and this gentleman represents that so much. We're just blocking this in. It's coming to life. Let's ditch those brushes. Just real quick, as this painting is not complete behind me, actually let me get aside so you can see that. This is the part where I feel like a lot of artists may lose, may lose your confidence, is you may not be able to see past this moment, but the one thing you need to work on as an artist is to work on your vision, to really, truly, really lock in on what that final product is supposed to look and feel like. So even when it's not complete to you, you've already filled in a lot of the blanks in your head, and so it's almost like it's already happened in your head. And that's how I see these. In my mind, this painting's already happened, and I'm just bringing it to life in front of you, which is also what helps me flow quicker. So a lot of you guys ask me, how do I do these things so quickly? Part of it is just being locked into the vision of the final painting and then finding a flow within that. I saw a comment down there, probably not Warren Buffett. You're probably right. Let's go back. This person's got some very distinctive cheekbones. Let's go back here. Let's get some brown. Get some gray. Start blocking in the eyes. I'll show you all these details later. By the way, I love and I appreciate that you guys show up to these live streams and you watch me paint, and I appreciate that. But I started this new program called Paint with Garibaldi because I want to paint with you. I don't want to just have this interaction where I'm just the one speaking. I want to hear from you while you're creating. I want to watch what you're working on as well. So next Saturday, not this Saturday, but a week from tomorrow, I'm doing a program called Paint with Garibaldi. And if you visit garibaldiarts.com/paint, you can get more information about what it is and you can register as well. So I hope to see you there. All right, let's get back to this. Let me go back with some brown. Yeah, so someone just asked, did I go to college for art or some other type of school? I did not go to college at all. I barely got out of high school. So for me, I just kind of had to find a way. I had to figure out my path that was not conventional. I had to work 10 times as hard. And I wouldn't wish that upon anyone, to be honest. But if you have to create your journey, you got to find a way. So I did not go to college. There we go. Get this black. So someone asked, do I prefer to perform with or without a live audience? I always prefer to perform with a live audience. But for right now, if this is the closest I can get, I'll take it. But it's definitely, there's a different energy. There's different paintings that I create through that process of having the energy of people around. Yeah, nothing beats a live audience. All right, let's start to block in. Let me wash my hands down here. Let's start to block in this entrepreneur attire. Let's add some color to the outside and get some of that blue. All right, let's get some last slaps of paint on here before we do this hand slap. Hope you guys are ready for this. Let's do this last hand slap right now. All right. Take a look at this Pharrell Williams portrait inspired by the new song with him and Jay-Z called Entrepreneur. We'll talk more about that in chat after you take one last look. So yes, take a closer look at this portrait. Check out just the different lights and shadows, midtones, highlights, just all the colors, how they mix together. That's why we want to show you this live stream in HD. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Periscope. Also, the best way to support these live sessions is to share this video. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, follow, and then share this video as well. That's a great way. Another great way to support these lives is to visit garibaldiarts.com/shop. We have some prints available in there. But for right now, take one last look at this Pharrell Williams portrait inspired by the new song Entrepreneur. All right, take one last look at Pharrell Williams back there. Let's get this going. All right, thank you all again for joining me for this Art Life Live session. It's Friday. We're about to get into the weekend, so I've got two paintings for you. You see the first one back there of Pharrell Williams, inspired by the new song with him featuring Jay-Z. And you know, not just Pharrell alone has been a huge creative inspiration to myself, whether it was when he was in a group, NERD, or you know, producing music with in Star Trek, and just so many other things that he's done, even in fashion and beyond. He's just been a huge creative inspiration. And then also the collaborations between Pharrell Williams and Jay-Z as well, which that may be the one coming next. So have to stay tuned to see what's gonna come up next. But either way, you know, I love the new song, but you have to go watch the visual. And also he just wrote an article that just came out that talks about not only just the history of blacks in America, but how that plays into capitalism. It's a very intriguing article. So again, shout out to Pharrell Williams taking his portrait off. In the meantime, thank you all for watching right now. I just want to give some shout outs while I see your comments on the screen. So Buttercups, thank you very much. Appreciate the love. All right, so Artist Girl Human said, I just came back from YouTube. Welcome back to TikTok. So you know that this is a very different experience from being on TikTok and then watching it on YouTube. It's completely different. So those of you on, let me check in on Instagram. How are you guys doing? Let's see. Just just want to say hello. All right. @nerd_support said, any chance of doing a performance with CMYK? So the CMYKs were my dancers when I was on America's Got Talent. And those guys are off doing amazing things, living their lives, and maybe one day we'll do a performance again together. But either way, those are my longtime friends, my brothers, and we wish them nothing but the best. So let's see. So Tammy Hallwell, I'm gonna try to answer this question. For someone who predominantly draws and wants to transition from black pen to brighter paints, can you offer some suggestions as a good way or place to start? I would actually recommend using a black canvas like I do. So with the black canvas, and you can even do a sketch on your canvas before you start, but instead of using the black marker to do the shadows, maybe leave the shadows behind because you're already familiar with shadows. If you use a Sharpie or a pen, you know where those go. But on the opposite side, what you would be creating is the light. Would say, just start with white paint and a black canvas, or white pastel and black paper. I would recommend that to be the best place to start. But give it a try and then let me know how that goes. You gotta let me know. I know you're in Australia, so welcome again. Carol Hermnack said stunning, thank you very much. Cassandra Tucker said looks awesome, thank you. Joy Santos Cutter says hello from Manila. Watching this on Facebook, welcome. All right, let me check in with TikTok. How are you guys? Let's see, so someone said, please visit Mexico in your future tours. Yes, can't wait to go back to Mexico. We've been to Mexico City and just all over many other places in Mexico, so can't wait to go back. Let me check in with Instagram. Scroll up here. So I see, yes, people guessed Pharrell Williams for the first one. All right, let's get into the second painting today. The second painting, again, inspired by the theme entrepreneur. If you keep up with pop culture, you may know what's coming next. I just did Pharrell Williams, and we're gonna get back to this, to the next one after that. So all together, let's say it, let's paint. So you just saw that, a little bit more info about Paint with Garibaldi. I'm gonna walk you through step by step. I'll be your personal paint instructor. It's next Saturday, but you have to register. It's not gonna be a live stream like this. You have to register at garibaldiarts.com/paint. And there's also a link in my bio on all my platforms. So let's get into this second painting. Let's go. I'm gonna actually do this one in reverse. I normally start with the shadows or the darker colors. I'm gonna start with the highlights and we're gonna work our way out. Let's paint. When I first started doing these live performances, I started with this technique where I would build from the inside out. And then I would come back, add some more details as it came to life. But do a process that works for you. This is just what works for me. But I also love to change it up as well, all the time. I gotta get a different brush. This brush is not doing well. There we go. Let's switch these brushes up. Also, be sure to ask your questions down below in the chat. So the theme today is entrepreneur. the last painting I did before this, Pharrell Williams. So you may be able to guess what's coming next. If not, you'll just have to buckle in for the ride and let's paint together. If you're watching this live right now, and this is the first time watching this live stream, let me know down below in the chat. If you're new, just say new. We'll shout you out. All right, let's go start working on the colors on the outside, and we'll meet in the middle after that. All right, so someone just asked, which artist inspires me the most? And I would say, you know, Leroy Neiman is one of my favorite artists. He is a pop artist from the mid-century, kind of started in the 60s, and he really set the tone for this, you know, massive use of bright colors in these pop subjects. Andy Warhol is a big inspiration as well. Definitely gotta recognize him. There's so many. I love art in general, and I love creating. So there's a lot of different artists that inspire me in many different ways. But keep those questions coming down below in the chat. All right, so someone asked, what am I painting on? And what am I painting with? I am painting on canvas, and I'm just painting with paints and brushes. There's definitely nothing crazy about this. All right, so someone asked, how often do I go live? I go live every Thursday and Friday. So I used to go live 3 days a week, but we just cut back to Thursdays and Fridays, which is the new live schedule. I hope you guys can catch us next week as well. All right, so someone asked, have I ever painted my kids or family? Yes, I have. I mean, from my kids to my dogs, if you are in my family, you're gonna get painted somehow, some way. So someone asked, do I ever practice my portraits before I do go live? And no, I do not. Sometimes I wish I had the time to, but no, I am making this up as I go for the most part. I would say for larger shows, bigger productions, we definitely take the time to rehearse for those. But this is like me going to the gym. You know, these live sessions are, you know, this isn't about making complete masterpieces on this live session. I just want to create art and grow throughout the process. So that's really the goal of these live sessions. And then to share that process with you, walk you through it like I'm doing step by step. All right, I'm gonna add some color to these lips. Let me get some red. I'm gonna use this wall as a palette. We'll show you all these details in a little bit, bring you up close. Again, this theme today inspired by the song Entrepreneur that just came out today, featuring, actually by Pharrell, featuring Jay-Z. Add a little.
Have you ever done a mural?
So someone asked, have I ever done a mural? Yes, I have. Can't remember the last one that I did, but I feel like if you're an artist, you just somehow end up doing murals. Somehow, some way. People will find a way to convince you and talk you into it.
What's the most amount of people you've painted in one painting?
All right, so someone asked, what's the most amount of people I painted in one painting before? And I'm pretty sure I've gotten maybe 5 or 6 people in one single painting. And that had to be done, I don't know, maybe over 10, 15 minutes live on stage. Yeah, I probably practiced that one for sure. For sure. All right, let's get back to this portrait. Let's work on some of these highlights.
What do you do when you mess up?
So someone asked, what do I do when I mess up? Which happens quite often. I paint over it. One thing I don't do is stop, but I definitely paint over it and just keep moving. I don't think I would be still doing this if I didn't just move on from my mistakes. Mistakes, if you accept that they're bound to happen and you accept that it's something that you have to learn from, you just keep moving forward when they happen, because it's bound to. All right, let me get some purple over here. Just want to block in the outside. Sometimes I use other colors besides skin tones to break up the skin on the face. Sometimes other colors can do better than just, you know, they create great accents. They can draw your attention to or from different areas. Someone asked, what type of paint do I use? I use latex house paint. So this is something super accessible at any home improvement store. You got to try out different ones to see what works for you though. I love, okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing who's coming to life, Jay-Z. And I love the Basquiat inspired hair. I dig this style the most. All right, let's add some more brown to the hair.
How many paintings do you have?
So someone said, how many paintings do I have? Probably hundreds. I mean, we definitely have hundreds in our inventory. Matter of fact, you can go see our inventory at GaribaldiArts.com/gallery. You can see how many we actually have in our inventory. All right, it's coming to life. So the last one, the dress attire on the invitation said formal wear. So we're gonna continue that theme. All right, let's work on those eyes. We're gonna add some life to them. Start with the gray. Put the gray down as a base. Looks like I had some color dripping down into the eyes, which is okay, because I'm gonna throw a bunch of paint later on. But this, give a little indication to the eyes. Today's theme, entrepreneur. Just a little speck right there. Let's go get some brown. I'm gonna add another layer of color into those eyes because I want to create some depth, though not just one color brown. We're gonna add another color. Now you'll see these all later on. Once you get up close to this, we'll bring you in closer. If you're watching this live stream in HD. But here's the fun part. Let's add some color around. Let's block this in. Actually, it's not even color. We're gonna put a rim of light. But this will also involve a lot of texture from the hair and this hairstyle. All right, so someone asked, how many different colors do I have on hand any given time? I have at least 16 to 20 something different colors laid out all around here. And with those colors, I feel like I can create and do anything with them. Because even if I don't have a color that I need, I can always mix these together. The theme today, entrepreneur. One of the greatest inspirations, as he says it, from Marcy to Madison Square, Mr. Jay-Z. All right, so someone asked, is this my full-time job/career? Yes, it is. And it's been my career for the past 17 years. All right, now that I've got this, we're gonna add this color, which I like to call the Jay-Z blue. Now, a long time ago, I'm pretty sure, you may have to Google this to make sure, but I'm pretty sure he trademarked the word Jay-Z blue, or at least the Pantone color. So I'm gonna add that color, the Jay-Z blue. So I use the white to define the texture and the shape of the hair. And then so anything I do around that, those will stay defined. And then we're gonna add this, a little bit of it to his face, just as an accent. So someone asked, do I find it painting people, is it easier than painting animals? Not really. I mean, I think that really painting anything is a challenge. Everything has its challenges. But I don't I think painting people are definitely harder. 'Cause I'm sure there was like 30 people commenting on this saying, that doesn't look like him. But like with an animal, I think it's a lot easier to catch those characteristics. So, all right, let's throw some. Have I ever painted with a live band? Yes, I have. All right, I'll throw some color and then we're gonna hand slap this and wrap up today's live session. While I'm putting these final colors on, if you're watching this later on Instagram or anywhere else, just want you to comment below. Let me know if you're watching this later. All right, take one last look. Take one last look at Jay-Z, Hove, inspired by the new song with Pharrell featuring Jay-Z called Entrepreneur. Take one last look, and then we'll head over to the table for one last chat. All right, take a closer look. You can see it right now. You can see all the colors. If you're watching this right now in HD on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Periscope, you're not missing out one thing. Thank you all for tuning in and watching this Art Life Live. We go live every Thursday and Friday. If you're wondering how you can support these live sessions, the best thing you can do is follow, subscribe, or like this video. You can also visit GaribaldiArts.com/shop. All those prints go to support these live sessions. Let's take a closer look at Hove. Again, if you're on Instagram and TikTok, you guys are missing out. Don't go anywhere. We're going to chat for a little bit more before we sign off for the weekend. Whew. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, here we go. Magic. Yes, welcome back. So you see him back there, Mr. Jay-Z. You know what, Ray, can you go put them side by side so they can see that one last view? Is that okay? I'm gonna have Ray go back there. So we're gonna chat for a little bit. Jay-Z, you know, I don't care what you do, you know, what industry you're in, you know, whether it's art, whether it's business, in some way you can find inspiration in Jay-Z's journey. And not only have I been a fan of his music, but there was this documentary he came out with when he retired. It's called Fade to Black. And I remember this scene where he was in the studio with Pharrell Williams and they were working on one of the new songs, and he was just playing him music and just seeing them vibe out. You know, we see the Jay-Z who is the entrepreneur, but I think sometimes we forget that these are creative people, they're artists, and you know, there's nothing better than that creative process when something literally comes from air. You don't know where it came from, but inspiration strikes and you act on it and you create art. And he's done it, you know, album time and time again. So we're gonna show you one last look at them after we sign off, but let's see, we'll be live again next Thursday and Friday. So we go live every Thursday and Friday. And either way, I appreciate you all so much for joining us today. Let me just read some comments over here on TikTok and Instagram as well. So, someone said you must be pretty fit. I can move enough. I can be fitter. Can be more fit for sure. Shout out to Peru watching. I see Russia as well. Scroll through these comments. Yes. So yes, Jay-Z Blue Magic, of course. All right, shout out to, let's see. So Jennifer Joe said, do you ever find, you asked me earlier, do I find painting people easier than animals? Definitely not. People are much harder because you have to find a likeness that looks exactly like them. So that's the hardest part. Sophie on TikTok asked, can you paint yourself like a self-portrait? I've done them before, but I probably won't do it on these lives. I think that would just be a little weird. So Donna Gatewood, thank you so much for sharing this on your Facebook. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, today's theme was entrepreneur. You see them behind me, the Pharrell and Jay-Z portraits. Yes. Willis, I don't know why you're mad. You gotta let us know down below in the chat why you're so upset. We'll be praying for you, Willis. We'll be praying for you. So Peter M. Seeley said, do you have clean clothes? I don't think I do. I think everything I own is covered in paint. Most of it is. So yeah, someone said yes. I bet it would be weird if I painted my self-portrait. So Diana Guzman. Love watching your work. Amazing detail. Thank you. Yeah, so if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope, you can see that all up close, all the details. Let's see. Cesar Flores, you're watching this from Cali. Welcome. Sending love again to everyone across California affected by the fires. You probably have much more important things to do than watching this, but if you know someone affected by the fires, please just show them some love down below. Maybe with some praying hands. That would be amazing. Let's see. Yo soy Ed. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up today's Art Life Live. And again, we just started that new program, Paint with Garibaldi. You can sign up. There's a link in my bio, or you can visit garibaldiarts.com/paint. I will be your personal paint instructor. You can basically register for this and you can have your entire family or some friends get together, hopefully social distance if you need to, and we can basically all paint together, which would be fun. And we'll be back next Thursday for an Art Life Live. We go live every Thursday and Friday. Until then, do everything with paint. Passion, action, intent, new, and to teach. And those principles, you apply those to anything, you can create and do anything. My name is David Garibaldi. This is Art Life Live. Take one last look at Pharrell and Jay-Z back there.